the three-point conversion. Presents Making the Cut. I'm Mr. Controversy with my boy Slim Jim. I got the big Google right here. We at Cindy Cut's Barbershop. And today's topic is the NBA today watered down?
USA. The league is not watered down, period. That's just something that everybody's coming up with, pretty much, in my opinion, to go and diminish what LeBron James is doing in the league right now. Honestly, since these youngsters have even come into the league, they've enhanced it. I remember a few seasons where the league was looking suspect before these youngsters have even come in. Now, I already know that people are going to go and say, oh, the fundamentals is messed up. These people can't shoot, their shot selection's bad, they don't D up. But I don't think the stats are really going back what these people are saying. I just think it's a myth when it's all said and done.
Yes, the league is watered down for several reasons. One is because if you look at it, you say stats are not watered down, so everybody is able to score, which shows you there's no defense being played today. In the league like today, you got to evaluate. If we just went and evaluated the 80s and 90s versus today, look at the all defensive teams, look at the players today. The money is totally different, so if that be the case, there's no inspiration when I got guaranteed money. For instance, if OKC would have kept James Harden, they offered him 5 years, $54 million. So it's like, look at the payroll that you got now. Who's going to be all defense? Who's going to take a role? Everybody wants the ball. If you look at it now, Josh Smith, why can't he just embrace being a defensive player, a rebounder, and focus on being the defensive player of the year? All this ability that he has within himself in all these years in the league, he's only had one second team all defensive nod. If that be the case, when you look at 88, 89, 89, 90, 90, 91, 91, 92, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Joe Dumars were first team all defense for 4 straight years in a row. Which means now, if that be the case, you look at a great like Clyde Drexler, who's number 7 all time in steals, and he has never been first, second, or third team all defense. So how in the world you about to tell me that all those great defensive statistics and this man can't get no nod at all defense, whereas players like today just rotating back and forth because why? Nobody played defense, so ain't nobody shooting for that goal.
I don't see how nobody.
And I agree with you, Big Google. I'm gonna put it like this. You look at back in the 90s, remember they was hand checking. You know, so it's hard to get around somebody when they got this big hand on you. But now they don't even have that. You know, now they play in zone, so you got the open shot, whatever, but they can't hit the shot. You talk about Josh Smith. Look at my boy J.R. Smith in New York, got all the talent in the world. Can shoot, athleticism, jump, dribble. But you know what it is? It's because he didn't go to college. You got these players coming out of college after 1 year. No fundamentals. I mean, you look at J.R. Smith, like I said, this dude, he don't even know how to post up. He can't, I mean, you got an advantage with this little cat right here. You want to take a fadeaway 3? Come on, dog. But I'm gonna tell you another thing too. You look at the defenses today. There's no big man in the league that you got people. You got like what? Not the Kemba, but Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. He's not even 7 foot.
Maybe Tyson Chandler. But
neither one are 7 foot.
Right. But they block shots. But look at everybody else. They don't have no presence in the game. Hold on. They can't back down. They don't know how to. They don't have a post-up move or a go-to move at that.
But see, they playing this way, and yet, okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this: LeBron James came to the league in 2003, 2004. The league average for scoring was 93.1 points per game, and the league average for field goal percentage was 43%. Okay, ever since that point, as these draft classes have come in, the shooting percentage for the league has gone up. The scoring percentage for the league has gone up. As a matter of fact, just about 3-4 seasons ago, for the first time since the 90s, the league average for scoring was 100 points. So for a bunch of people with no fundamentals, bad shot selection, can't go and post up, lacking defense, but your boy Tom Thibodeau got a job being a defensive coach, and he has Chicago playing D, winning 40+ games. So when it's all said and done, wait a minute, if these people ain't playing D, how are defensive teams over there actually going to win and balling? And these youngsters are coming into the league before any of these youngsters was in there. I got seasons where people are shooting 43%, and all these youngsters have done with their bad shot selection, faulty fundamentals, bad shooting, is enhance the percentage. How does that work? You can't water up, you gotta water down, bruh. And that's what you're trying to do and tell me. That these youngsters are coming into the league, can't play, but yet the numbers are going up. You can't do that.
You can do that when you're shooting 50 times a game, dog.
Exactly.
You
And
shooting
nobody
50
plays.
times
But
a
it's
game.
not like the attempts. It's not like the attempts are any much or that much more higher than any
Slim
previous
Jim.
leagues.
Slim
I'm not
Jim,
trying
you
to say that this
one-sided,
is.
Slim Jim.
I'm not trying to go and say that this league is better than the Jordan era. I grew up on the Jordan era, so I'm not going to be stupid enough to go and say that. But I'm going to say this:
Slim Jim.
these youngsters aren't as bad as what you're trying to say. I literally saw a team shoot 40% from the three-point line this past
Slim
year.
Jim.
That never happened in the Jordan era.
Slim
These
Jim.
youngsters ball,
Evaluate
man.
what your argument is. Evaluate
I'm
what you're saying.
evaluating it.
In other words, look, you're saying the numbers are going up. And so once again, if that be the case with the numbers going up, there's no defense being played.
There's no defense being played.
There's no defense being played.
So wait.
So
in the
that be
Jordan
case-
era,
no,
am I supposed to say that in the Jordan era when they were averaging 105 points per game, that they weren't playing defense then? I can't say that. You wouldn't allow me to say that.
So in other words, what I'm saying is you got to evaluate this. First of all, in Jordan and them era, there was a 7-footer on every team. From the 80s to the 90s. Mark Eaton, Tree Rollins, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Akeem Olajuwon. So
That's
every
just
night,
a feature
man oh
of
man.
that
So when you look at it,
generation
when you look at it,
compared to this one.
when you look at it, if that be the case, the game is imbalanced.
The
Because
game is
once, if
evolved
that be the
and
case,
7-footers
it's
do other
evolved
things than
based
sit
on
in the block.
athleticism.
They play
It's
outside
evolved
in
based
now.
on athleticism. It's evolved based on that. And money has evolved the game also. So nowadays, guess what? You look at it now, everybody now, nobody is trying
the
to,
overall field
because
goal
once
percentage
again,
of the
nobody,
game.
once again,
They obviously got to be putting the ball in the hoop somehow.
no,
They're not garbage.
Check this out. Your argument, once again, we're not saying they're garbage. But the question
we're saying is the league
question
watered down. No, it's
If that
not.
be the case, once again, the league is watered down based on what basketball is from a fundamental perspective. Yes, it is. If you look at it in comparison to what you said about 1 year versus 4 years. Tim Duncan, for instance, 4 years of college, what does it produce? It produces the only individual with 14 all defensive nods. 4 championship rings. Mr. Fundamental is his new name, is his nickname.
And he
So
got
if that be
beat
the
by
case,
a poster
from a
child of
balanced
the new generation
perspective,
last
from a
year in the
balanced
championship.
perspective, yes, the
All the
game is watered
fundamentals
down
got
because
him
once
what last year
again,
against the
nobody's
poster
trying to
child.
bang. Ain't nobody trying to post in the game. Everybody's shooting. Nobody won't bang it. I know for myself, if I go in the court right now, 8 individuals don't want to bang. So I know I'm going to control and dominate the boards. How you have a man that's 6'8" that missed 37 games out the season named Dennis Rodman that still comes back after missing 43 games and still win the NBA league rebounding title. 7 years in a row,
He had enough
6'8"
rebounds
if that be the
to qualify
case.
to have
So
that
once
stat
again,
count.
because guess what? He was
That's what
content.
happened.
He was content with playing his role. Even with the great Michael Jordan, he was perfectly content, and if he embraced that I'll be the grunt man, the AC Greens, all of those individuals. James Worthy was an All-American, first #1 pick national champ. But guess what? He came in and embraced that. Guess what? I'm the third option. So if that be the case, yes, the league is watered down.
I'm gonna tell you why I think it is too. Here's another point. You look at, you got your All-Stars, you got LeBron, you got Durant, you got Rose, you got all of them. But it's a big gap between All-Stars or superstars and low players. You don't have that in between. I'm gonna tell you a stat right now. You look at this year or last year, it was 9 players last year that scored over 20 points. But you go back 1993, you had over 22. Year before that, you had 12 people who scored 20 points. You go back to 91, it was 23 or 24.
Right.
It's a big difference. You don't have that. You don't have that microwave no more. That can come in off the bench and still dominate the game.
You're talking about a different era.
But
We talking about today's era, and it's watered down.
This game is not watered down. Wait a minute. So basically, this is what I'm trying to say. How is it that in 1998, okay, this is the 90s now, 1998, 1999 season, we can go and accept the fact that they averaged 91 points a game overall for the league, and we can go and accept that they shot 43%. That's not watered down basketball. But now we come to this right here.
99 was a 50-game season.
It was a 50-game season? Okay, my fault. You're right. You're right. I'll give you that one. You're right. That was a good one. You're right. Okay, but then in 2002, 2003, that was a good one. But now we can go and accept when it's all said and done that these dudes are shooting 43%, right? When we go right now, we're shooting 45%. Averaging 98 points per game. If their fundamentals are
with a
straight,
zone defense,
but
majority of the defense
that
is
means
zone.
I'm taking
So
away
we went back to
areas on the
collegiate.
court, and
We went
you
back
have
to
to
collegiate
accept
day.
shots I give you.
We went-
But
okay.
these dudes can't
So-
shoot from outside, remember? remember?
Okay, no,
this
we're
is
not
what
saying
you're
that.
saying.
Listen.
And the game has changed to an
Slim Jim.
outside-in game.
Slim
People
Jim.
don't play from the block no
Look.
more. There's still players that do go
So
and
why
post
they
up.
don't play from the block?
There's still players that do post up in the
Name it.
league.
Name me 10.
Al Jefferson
Name 10.
posts
Name
up.
10.
Aldridge does it. Whiskey goes and posts up. Dunk is still in the league. He still goes and posts
That's
up.
both.
Greg Monroe still goes and posts up.
Who knows Greg Monroe?
Who goes to Greg Monroe?
Diluted, my point.
Who knows Greg Monroe?
My
Who
point.
knows
There's
Aldridge?
still players. Who knows
Marcus
Aldridge?
Aldridge?
Who knows Aldridge? The fact of the matter is, regardless, if I'm playing an outside-in game, you're not going to go and see as many people going and post up as you used to. Bottom line is, regardless of the watered down or whatever, the fact of the matter is, their numbers are still comparable
So
to
you
what's
based
happening
on
in
the
the
numbers.
past.
And
I'm
if that
based on the
be the case,
numbers.
you going
If
with
the
numbers, so
league is
guess what?
watered
The
down,
numbers
they shouldn't
you
be able to go and split up the,
The
same
numbers
way
all right
they
because
were in
guess
the
what?
past.
The money is off the
Okay,
chain.
so look,
The number, wait,
So
but the
Flip, hold on,
scoring
Flip,
and the
okay.
percentages are comparable.
But yo, but
if
look.
they can't play, and wait, lack of college education, lack of college playing, and yet the numbers are still the same. Why are we complaining? Because we don't play from the post no more? If that was the case, those are high percentage shots from the post. And yet, the percentages are still comparable.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up right now. What you think? Just say 3 words.
You already know that I
What
think
you got?
that's
Watered down.
good.
I say it's watered down, there's no shooters. Once again, we're here at Cindy Cut's Barbershop. Make sure you subscribe.